Good evening, everybody. This is Lukethevaccumsaver, tuning back into another video. It's your man, the myth, the legend. How's everybody doing? This will be episode number 72 of Vacuum Saved. I hope you guys are all enjoying the new shorts that I have been producing, and thank you so much for the support thank you for the support that you showed all of those YouTube shorts. It's really helping my channel take off, and I greatly appreciate it. So as you guys see today, I got a treat. This isn't no Bissell Liftoff and Shark Navigator video. No, 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 no. That's not how we do things around here. This is the commercial edition of Vacuum Saved. Now, keep this in mind. A while ago, I did have a commercial edition starring this Eureka Sanitaire ESP, non-self-propelled version in beautiful, this, I don't know, what do you call it, salmon pink color, and a, green Hoover convertible that I donated to my friend that really needed one for free, and that one was working flawlessly along with that one, but I liked the Eureka better, so I gave him the Hoover. He didn't care. He needed a vacuum. So, yeah, just doing good for God's people. And also, I got some really good visible news. Most of my vacuums have been donated to people in need for free. I have gotten a lot of extra cleaned up space here in the garage, and it actually feels really nice. It actually feels like a fresh start, and knowing that you're doing something right makes it feel even a little bit better. Now, I know there's a visible stain on my carpet. Please ignore that. That is from all of the... that right there, that spot is where I set the vacuum to power up the shop vac with the wall. So that's where the vacuums have to sit in order for me to run the shop vac effectively without having to use an extension cord in this garage. So, yeah, if you want to see a video of me actually scrubbing that clean with a rug scrubber, just blow up the legs in the comment section, and I'll pick one from my collection and show you how it's done properly. So, but that stain just goes to show how much good we do for people in need. So, if you've been catching up with the channel, you've seen that I've got a lot of vacuums in recently, and I've been just getting them in, cleaning them up, and getting them back. That's how this works around here. I'm not greedy, believe me. Now, some machines I do like, and if this is your first video with me, my name is Luke, and I save vacuums for people in need. I get them home here, I clean them out for free with my own equipment, rags, carpet cleaning solution, rug spot cleaner right there. That shop vac, just bought that new for myself because of how many vacuums I'm doing. My one shop vac over here, this black Craftsman, is gone, sadly. And that blue one just goes to show the test of time. That thing is still lasting, so... But, I mean, if I have one small vacuum project to do, I'll use the blue shop vac right here. And then if I've got, like right now, vacuum after vacuum after vacuum after vacuum after vacuum, and I don't want to empty the shop vac every couple minutes, I'll just use this brand new 16-gallon one. One second, there you go. So, yep. I bought that used at a yard sale, and now I cleaned it all up with my expertise, and I have a perfectly running shop vac for all of my videos. Any hoozles, what you are looking at right now is the introduction. Now I will give you a story time where I'll bring the machine out to here, and I'll tell you a little bit about it, and then I'll put them back there, we'll fire them up for a test run, and then a conclusion of the video. And speaking of videos, I got another video coming for you guys within the next couple weeks. So, yes, Lord have mercy, help. All of my peace inquiries are piling up fast in my garage, and I don't have enough room for them. Anyhow, let's go ahead and show you the machines that are here for you today. we'll start with a brand that we haven't seen for a while on the channel, and then one that we haven't seen for an eternity. So this is a Eureka C2091 self-propelled 5.7 amp motor vacuum from Eureka. You may recognize this model. It is very similar to the Eureka C2094, except the C2094 has a 7 amp motor and a little shell. We'll get to that in a little bit once I discuss this one. And so that model again, a Eureka C2091. There it is, and then if I find that is wrong in the comment section, or in the description, I'll put the proper model number, but I'm almost sure that's what it is. So, 5.7 amp motor, self-propelled, Eureka ESP Sanitaire. Now, on your right hand side, we have something that we have never seen on the channel before, and it is very similar to a Pro Team XP15. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my Lindhaus Pro with a 15-inch cleaning path, a Lindhaus Pro. Look at how nice that turned out for all of you guys today. So, you know what? I'm feeling things on the right foot today. So, and my right arm because of how much I've been working out. So, let's just keep that right going with starting on the right-hand side. Today with story time. And yes, from a request from a friend live, I do have a little bit of dirt here on the carpet to show the vacuum's progress. Make the video a little more interesting, am I right? So, ladies and gentlemen, vacuum fans alike, hello, and welcome to episode 72 of Vacuum Save, the commercial edition. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my Lindhaus Pro with HEPA filtration. Now, this vacuum, I got some very special news about it and a very special story. This vacuum was produced in Germany. And the reason you can tell that it was produced in Germany was because if it was in America here, that Lindhaus, H-U-A-S, would be H-O-U-S-E if it was American. So it is a German-made vacuum. And my father was actually worked in Germany for over 33 years, so this one's pretty special to me. I'm really excited about this one, not gonna lie. But the only downfall that I have with this vacuum is its cord length. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not kidding. This is at least a 53.5 foot cord on this thing. Now, the problem that I have with these Lindhauses, and most people do with the Pro Teams, they haven't figured it out yet, that this little plastic cord clip right here, okay, that tends to break off a lot. And what happens is you get something like how I got this vacuum, where it is all messed up. Now, let's talk speed for a second. Now, this is a reverse wired switch, actually. So, somebody actually had the brains to repair this. And I'm going to inform you that if you push the switch up on this Lindhaus, it runs the brush roll. Then if you push the switch down, when you turn it on, it shuts the brush roll off. So mode number 2 is off for the brush roll. Then mode number 1 is up. Mode up is on. So that one line is on, 2 is off. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, there's a little button over here right next to the switch. There we go. And that is a suction indicator. Now, this down here, I know it's a lot of lights. This thing is fancy. So, this is the brush roll indicator. So when you push that switch up into mode number 1 with just the single line, when you recline the handle, that light will light up green on this side, and you'll see it. Now, if I were to deliberately pick up a sock with this thing while I was vacuuming, that red light would turn on. So, this knows if something is up, which is really, really, really awesome. But of course, for the sake that this cord is 54 feet long, I'm not going to completely unwind it. Now, this does have a couple height adjustments on it, which I do like. So I'm really excited to see and play around with this thing for the next couple weeks while I have it, to see what this thing is really capable of doing. So we'll just set it back onto its position that it was ready for the test. So, which was right there. Okay, now it's ready to be tested on this carpet. This is going to be a really exciting one, so I hope you guys enjoy this one as much as I enjoy showing it off to you. Now, you may be wondering, well, Luke, where's the bag on this? Well, it's actually back here on the vacuum. It's not where you think it is. And that's another mistake that this Lindhaus brand made. I don't know why they can't figure out how to put a hose, like, hold thing around the back of the vacuum here. Like, of course, they can figure out how to put a back door back here. But the funny thing is they can't put a cord hook back here. The cord hooks back here on a nice flat surface where it could be perfectly stored. But you know what? I'm not complaining that much because it's a commercial vacuum and not very many people get this chance to own this kind of vacuum, so it's all good. But if it was me, I'd probably take about 13 feet off of that 53-foot cord, because that's just outrageous. Now, keep this in mind that this had absolutely no bag in it when I got it. And the reason I say that was because the bag ripped inside completely, and I had to pick with a screwdriver just to get it out because it was stuck on. That's how long this was sitting for a while before I picked it up. So, but I am really excited for this one, actually, to show you what she can do on my carpet here. And boy, let me tell you, is it powerful, which I do love. And so is that little spot cleaner that helped save this machine. So, shout out to both of you for your power. So that is the Lindhaus's story for you. And that is a German-made vacuum, so it's pretty reliable. So I'm pretty psyched about that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. Get excited, get loud, get proud, because we have yet another Eureka ESP Sanitaire. Ignore the little sneak peek back here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, my people, my family, welcome to episode 72, the commercial edition of Vacuum Saved. It's Luke the Vacuum Saver. This is a Eureka the Boss self-propelled Sanitaire C2091. And this is a really, really, really nice vacuum. I picked this up a couple weeks ago. Now, keep this in mind. This is not the exact same as the Eureka C2094. The 2094 is yellow, and right here where this says self-propelled, on the C2094, that would be missing, and it would be an all plastic yellow grate here for the motor inlet for effective cleaning, because that is a 7 amp motor, and this is a 5.5. So, if you remember a while ago, I'm not sure if I recorded that blue sanitaire that I had a while ago, but I'm really happy that one finally came back to me. And, now I'm going to show you my non-self-propelled model, the other Eureka here that reminds me of Hawaii Five-0 or Gilligan's Island due to the color. Now, you may notice that one is much more commercial than the other, but both of these have a working dial-a-nap, which in the dial-a-nap is a certain kind of height adjustment for this. So I'm pretty excited for what these vacuums have in store for me. This one right here, this Eureka, I've been running it around the garage. I'm impressed. But I'm just as impressed with this one. And these are my two sanitaires to my Aunt Carol that I was talking to you about the other day ago. These are it right here. So, Eureka, you just got a shout out on another video that you were already on. But you know what? Inclusion of all. So, but back to you here. This is very special. And it is the self-propelled feature like I mentioned. And I'm going to show you how to activate it real fast here. So if you're just cruising along, and this starts getting heavy for you, you're like, holy mackerel, the power behind this thing. Watch this. So this is in manual right now. When it's back here, it's in manual. And watch, this handle doesn't move, okay? Now, if I push this over to my left, watch what happens. See, watch real closely here, ready? See, the handle moves slightly, and there is a certain set of wheels under here, which I'll show you real fast, that power that self-propelled unit. Now these self-propelled wheels may remind you of a Hoover wind tunnel twin chamber. Oh, there's our model number. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Model focus. Model 5049. 5049. My apologies about that, folks. I thought it was a C2091 because of the way it looked. But, these wheels right here are something similar that you'll find on a Hoover twin wind tunnel with self-propelled. It's these additional electronic power wheels in the back versus these ones up front that help it guide across the floor. So, I'm very excited about this guy. 5.5 amp motor, and but that other Eureka that I just showed you, the Hawaii 5.0 colored one, that is a 6 amp motor, and this is 5.7. So I am very excited to have both of those, to say the least. And yes, it is a little bit dirty under there. I have been running it already because I'm jealous of how good it is. So yeah, I've ran it a few times in here, but it's all good. I mean, a vacuum isn't just meant to sit there, it's meant to be used. So, but yeah, I mean, I thought I would share my passion with you guys on YouTube, and I hope you are certainly enjoying it as much as I am enjoying producing it for you all. So, it's time for a test run. That is the end of story time for the Eureka. Let's begin on the right foot with the lindhaus today. Alright. Good old lindhaus. Oh, thank you for generously donating your cord to me. Alright, there we go. That's enough. Now that's going to take me forever to wind up, so I won't do that on camera. But, yeah, maybe so. But let's just plug this in for a second. So there it is. That's all plugged in. Are you guys ready to see a refurbished lindhaus? Okay. Well, I'm just going to give it a fire up real quick here and show you what it sounds like. So here comes the lindhaus sound test in 3, 2, and 1. Wait 1 second. My power bank wasn't on, of course. That is what happens when you save as many vacuums as I do. You forget to turn things on half the time. But that's okay. Let's try that again. Good thing our Lord believed in second chances. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's try that one more time. Here comes the lindhaus sound test in 3, 2, 1. So see, it's super nice and quiet so that you can run this in like a hospital setting or something like that. That's what this thing was meant to do. Now, I think this was ran in a restaurant. I saved the funniest part of the video for last. In this bag door was macaroni noodles. Raw macaroni noodles. I'm not even kidding. So, like, tough macaroni uncooked noodles. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen come out of a vacuum's bag door. Alright, so now watch this. If I recline the handle and push down to mode 2, it does not spin the brush roll. Now, are you ready for a real test? Okay, so let's switch it up to mode 1. You guys ready? This is going to be great. Here we go. Alright, and here comes the lindhaus in 3, 2, 1. And look at that, it's just gliding right through my hands here. That's what happens when you give a vacuum tender loving care. It just glides right through my hand here. Okay. And that draws the perfect border for the Eureka ESP Sanitaire. How about that for a refurbished vacuum, ladies and gentlemen? That is what I call success right there. Now, keep in mind that in my ranch house that I live in, I could plug this in on one outlet and do my entire house. That's how long this cord is. It could run the entire length of my house. The entire length of my house. So this power behind this thing is pretty insane, as you saw. So 1 second, I'm going to wrap this up here to the best of my ability. And then we will get started in just a moment with the Eureka ESP Sanitaire. And I apologize if you got an ad while watching this video. That was YouTube automatically programming one for you. That was certainly not me, because anybody that knows me know that I am not an ad fan. So, yeah. So there we have that. And I hope you've enjoyed that test as much as I have enjoyed presenting it for you. So, alright, that's enough of playing with the cord. So, 1 second here, folks. I'm actually going to put the rest of the cord right back here. I'm actually going to move this out of the way. And let's start with the Eureka ESP Sanitaire. Man, that lindhaus really set the bar high, didn't it, ladies and gentlemen? I think I might actually have to fix that cord hook on that lindhaus, because if I could have a nice long 54-foot cord vacuum when I turn both properties that my parents live in into Airbnbs, and I could just take that in my car and just go clean them, that would be nice. So for that reason, I might be keeping that one. So let's go ahead and shut this power switch off for just a second as I plug this one in. Alright, little turn it on here. Okay, making sure that the vacuum wasn't on. So, what do you say we test the Eureka ESP Sanitaire model 5049. Big apologies for the wrong model number pronunciation earlier. I thought it was that certain model, but it ends up it wasn't. So, here is a sound test of the Eureka in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, this thing's a bit of a monster. So, let's go ahead and give her a test run and see how she does on my carpet here. This is the first time that I've actually tested this vacuum since its restoration with me. Hey, Eureka, do you think that you can do as good as my lindhaus right there? Okay, 1 second on the adjustment there, folks. Alright, one more time. That, my friends, is what Eureka is known for. The insane dirt agitation. Little speck hanging on for dear life, not anymore. Sorry there, folks. And that is the Eureka ESP Sanitaire. Now, that does not have nearly as long of a cord as the lindhaus does. But that still packs a lot of power. That is meant for like commercial high schools and stuff for inside the classrooms and stuff. But you can easily put any extension cord with this vacuum and make the cord a little bit longer if need be. So, in 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, I think I just found a way to wrap out the remainder of the lindhaus's cord. So stand by for just 1 second and I'll give final thoughts for what I think of each of these machines. That is one of the advantages of having a long cord, ladies and gentlemen, is you've got a lot of room to work with. If you love working with cord, then this is the vacuum for you. If you're like me, that just wants simplicity and power, not length, then this ain't the one for you. But it's still worth the purchase, for sure. So that is not going to work. Alright, so I'll just leave it sit like this for a minute. Because its cord is so long, I gotta figure out something to do there. But we'll get it. So, alright, my final thoughts on these two. So, here's my final thoughts on these two, ladies and gentlemen. My final thoughts are, these are both amazing vacuum cleaners, as you saw here. And boy, oh boy, did we set the bar high with both of them. I think so. And you certainly heard my ramble about why a long cord can be pretty doggone bad for a vacuum. But beyond that, I think it was a really good overall video. And this has been the man, the myth, the legend, Lukethevaccumsaver. And I'll catch you next time. Thank you for watching.